Hi, I'm Phil from Driftworks. Welcome back to part 3 of a V10 E46 M3 restoration project. Last episode you saw us removing and disassembling the V10 out of the car, and finding out that unfortunately the crank is a little bit worse for wear. This is not looking good. Literally worse for wear. So yeah, I've had lots of suggestions, lots of helpful people trying to make me spend, you know, 30,000 quid on stroke kits and all sorts of stuff like that, but actually, you know, I put my common sense hat on for once, because I don't really have any budget for this, and I've managed to source a used, perfect condition crank, just a standard crank. So yeah, very happy with that. It doesn't even look like it needs a polish, but you know, we'll see what the engine builder reckons, because what's happening now, Jay's just disassembling some bits and pieces off it, like taking the clutch off, alternator, wiring loom, etc. And it's off to Hack Engineering to basically put the crank in properly. We were thinking about doing it, weren't we?
No, you were thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking about making you do it. Exactly. But yeah, we decided, you know, certain cases it's probably best to let the professionals get their hands on it, and you know, then I don't have to worry. We're going to take, I think we're going to take the rocker covers off as well, and get those sorted because they look a right mess. But yeah, not far off from just being palleted and going away, and then Jay's just basically going to crack on with the underside of the car.
Getting covered in black goo.
Yeah, basically, which I'm really quite happy with the condition of it. It
came out really well.
Yeah, it looks really good. You know, there's no, other than the rust that we already spotted in places like the jacking points and on the hardware and stuff, the car is really clean underneath here. The work that we'd already done to strengthen the rear subframe area, the coating that we used was just a rattle can back in the day, and that is not adequate, obviously. We have one bit of reinforcement needed there, so that's the insert that's wobbling inside that front right.
It's not tight.
No, but you can see the insert wobbling there. Right. So that needs cutting open and
really well
sorting. But yeah, we've got to drop the tank down and all sorts first to get a proper look at it. And yeah, it just needs going over thoroughly with a wire brush, getting every last bit of rust off, investigating whether there is any significant holes around the grommets and stuff.
I don't think there is.
I had a look at one of the videos from, I think it's pronounced Reedish, and more people talk about this. The more I know, I guess, but yeah, I think it's Reedish Performance, or
Reedish Motorsport, isn't it?
Reedish Motorsport,
yeah.
That's it. And yeah, one of their videos points out the major areas to look at E46 M3 rust issues, so we'll be going through that properly as well, so thanks to them for that video. But yeah, very happy with it in general. Just lots of work ahead,
Just lots of pipes to throw away and remake.
Yeah, we're going to redo brake pipes and all sorts.
Do the fuel as well. Like
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was aftermarket rubber hose. It needs doing properly with some braided, doesn't it?
It's kind of a bit squishy over the years.
Yeah, and obviously to get to that, Jay had to remove this as well.
So Phil's taken his disappointment home with him. He's left me to remove this subframe, try not to drop it on my head, and yeah, start cleaning the floor up, start cleaning some of that brown off that's built up over the years. I'm going to pick this up and show you what I'm fighting with. I'll show you the fear that only BMW people know. Look at those bolts. As soon as one snaps off in the floor, it's the worst day ever. Probably worse than if your V10 was about to rattle. The relief is real. Well, it's a bit dark, but everything's disconnected now as far as I can tell or remember. I'm setting this jack up for a one-man don't squash yourself type of subframe out operation. Right then, this isn't going to be pretty. Like I said, not pretty. Right, here we are a couple of minutes later. Quick tidy up on the floor. One subframe on the floor, complete, undamaged, luckily. You know, didn't drop it on my head either, so uninjured. Because this is England, I'm going to celebrate with a nice brew. Which
We need to pull apart. Get the subframe, yeah, get the subframe properly blasted and powder coated. I'm going to pull the differential apart, see what's in there, because when I had it, it had a Carbonetics carbon LSD in there, and it's definitely still got a pretty serious LSD in it, but because we had the issues with it breaking drive shafts, I just want to have an eye over what's on the inside.
Seeing as there's some bolts missing out one of the drive shafts.
Yeah, do you think it's probably done another one?
There's a fair chance that somebody's sort of whacked one in somewhere quickly to get moving again. But
yeah, so there's still loads of investigation required. Regarding the front subframe, front cross member, one of our subscribers very kindly pointed out an Australian build of an E46 V10, which was done after ours. And he's managed to get it to work by cutting the V10 sump as we plan to, and basically his engine's a little bit further forward than ours, so I'm hoping I can do an improved version again to get that standard rack in, and all the sort of level sensor in the sump still working and everything like that. So yeah, further investigation required with that, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be possible. Then on to the biggest issue, which is the headers and making all that work. But yeah, so yeah, for now we'll just get that engine strapped up,
make it go away.
Yeah, off to hack, and yeah, then you can just start getting filthy.
Yay.
Okay, that's all stripped nicely by Jay. Freezing cold. I'm just going to move it onto the pallet a bit better, and then off it can go. Yay. Nice bit of woodwork. And the very next day, Jay's removed 90% of the car, I think, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, the left-hand ratchet's had a very good workout.
But yeah, it's looking really good in terms of how bad these can be for rust. This, I would say, is in better than average condition for something of its age. There's lots of areas where it needs attention. But some of the ones that were pointed out as big problem areas on the Reedish video that I watched, they're not that bad. As I say, there's stuff that does need attention everywhere. There's just bits of rust poking through. But yeah, basically Jay is now gonna get the wire wheel out. Well, you've already started some of it, haven't you?
Yeah, we've picked a corner
suitably
to start
tired,
in,
yeah?
Well,
with you got your safety going on.
Yeah, I'm not getting that in my eyes.
No. So yeah, using the good old lethal angle grinder attachment, and just go to town on it anywhere where we see a bit of rust. We were just discussing whether we should be looking to take all of it back or not, and I really don't think, that we will, because there's certain
coating has lasted well, and we're just going to make it worse.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like anywhere where there's a possibility of, if like a bit of this was cracked, if this had had an impact or a scratch or something and water had got behind it, then perhaps it would be a problem to leave. But what is basically happening is anywhere where there's just been a sign of a little bit of rust, tiny little pieces, we're just getting rid of it as we go. It's the royal we, obviously, because yeah, Jay's the one who's getting grubby doing this. But yeah, anywhere where you see, like on the spot welds, just tiny bits of rust, and obviously the crevices around it here, we'll be taking that right back to bare metal, welding where required, because things like that, I'm not sure whether that's supposed to be as proud as it is.
Tap it back and
yeah, give it a tap and a little bit of a weld, and then yeah, properly seal it on. We're not 100% sure what stuff to use yet.
No, I think ask the people what they make of Pour 15. I mean, I've used it slightly, but I don't know.
We've used it on bits and pieces, haven't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, Pour 15, is that what you'd use on this, guys? Like, restorations are not really our thing. We've not really done anything of this caliber before, so yeah, let us know what you think we should be using. I don't want it to be too difficult for us to do ourselves. I don't want it to cost an absolute fortune, but you know, we're putting a lot of effort into this, so we'd rather make sure it's done right.
I'm leaning towards a coat of 15 and then stone chip on top of that, but
okay,
we'll see what people think of it.
Yeah, I guess anybody who's done classic cars or anything like that, let us know what you think we should be using here, and we'll give it some consideration, because it does need to be done right. As I said, I'm not going properly psycho on it and, you know, full concours underneath, but it needs to last. That's all I care about. I just don't want to see any sign of rust rearing its ugly head.
I tell you what, this is a good sign. Look at that rarity, an E46 front wing.
That's mad, isn't it? Especially considering I smashed the living crap out of this with a hammer.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, that's
but, you
very
know,
solid.
Basically impossible to find, aren't they? I think these days.
In one piece, yeah.
Yeah, without a big bubble there. So.
Yeah, again, like that needs some serious attention.
Yeah, we'll brush it
to make it last.
I spoke to Gaz about this before, and he reckoned seal there, so the arch liner can't rub through it.
Oh right, okay. What, just like silicone or something?
Like, or seam sealer or something like that on that seam, because he said the arch liner rubs through and then it rots out.
Okay, so you just basically, and you make sure that there's no
make
cavity
sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah, no, sounds like a good plan. As I say, we're kind of open to suggestions on a lot of this stuff as well. As I say, it's really not something I've done before. We've protected new builds, like when we've done the E30. Yeah, what do we use on that? We just used bed liner, didn't we? Tinted bed liner.
That.
Yeah, so
that'll crack and leaves you in a world of pain. I mean, look at the back of the pickup, that's shrunk and cracked.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, don't use bed liner.
Okay, so yeah, that's one thing we won't be using.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Yeah, I guess I'll leave you to start whizzing away then, mate.
See you in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I guess we'll probably we'll throw you a bit of a time lapse here of Jay doing a bit of miserable work, but we'll probably call that this episode. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's a bit of a boring video, not much exciting is going to happen on this, and other than restoration and a bit of protection, but yeah.
But when it's done, it'll be nice.
Exactly, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
At Driftworks, we've helped over 50,000 happy customers since 2004. Our huge online parts store is simple to use, with superb shipping rates to anywhere in the world, and finance options available for UK customers. We live and breathe wheel fitment, so if you have any questions about your own car or any of our products before placing an order, please drop us an email at shop@driftworks.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.